spreading across the country, mainly in the big cities, but a lot of college towns are now adopting car sharing as well. European market is also very strong. Amy Lovins is the founder of the Rocky Mountain Institute, co-founder, and he's a very brilliant what am I looking for? Physicist. I was going to say physician. Physicist.
It makes you feel like a list, but no, physicist.
Physicist. And he's looked at car sharing and the asset utilization rate for automobiles and said it's only about 4%, and that's the reason we're adopting car sharing and other things so quickly. And this is an example of a car sharing program in Paris. This is called Aubrey, and all those little green symbols are where you can get a car. And one of the questions that came up is, why would you have them so close together? It'd be better if they were, a mile apart. Well, actually, no. You want to be able to walk to one from anywhere, and if this one happens to be rented, then you can walk to that one or that one or that one. So, in order to have a high utilization rate to make these economically viable, you have to have a fairly dense environment. You have to have other means. You can't have this being your only means of transportation. It's another tool in your toolbox, including transit, including biking and walking. And you need to have a number of these in close proximity. Looking at the cost of electricity versus oil is pretty interesting. This is oil. It's very volatile. This is electricity, just a little bit of seasonal variation from winter and summer. And it's actually gone down in price, whereas gas has gone up. And if we have a recession, every time, that's what the R is. Every time we have a spike, we have a recession, it seems like. So this is really harmful to the economy. We're very dependent on foreign oil here in this country. Half of our oil is imported, and half of it is domestic now. And of course, there are environmental costs as well. Every time you burn a gallon of gas, you put 19 pounds of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So, looking at the cost of automobile ownership, depreciation, fuel, interest, insurance, maintenance package, you add it all up, it's about $650 a month according to AAA and consumer reports. So, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. A lot of people are deciding that they really don't want to own a car, they can't afford it, or they'd rather put the money into something else. Look at our petroleum trade deficit, $1 billion a day. We spend $1 billion a day in foreign oil in the U.S. Now that was probably done. That's about a year old, and the price of oil has come down some, so it's now almost like 800 million or something. It's not quite a billion, but assuming it is still a billion, and you do a quick calculation for what does Arkansas spend, we basically import all of our oil. We don't produce oil. We don't produce automobiles. We don't have any insurance companies headquartered here, so pretty much almost all of our transportation costs leave the state and don't come back. It's just a big, huge trade deficit. So, just looking at oil, $1 billion a day nationally, and half of that's just the imported part. So, if you looked at all of the oil, including the part that's produced in Texas, Oklahoma, and the Dakotas, or wherever, it's $2 billion a day. So, if you multiply that times 365 days a year, and you do the math, it's 7. And then you divide Arkansas's portion out of it, which is about 1%. We have about a $7 billion annual trade deficit in just the state of Arkansas. Let's look at greenhouse gas pollution. The Ford F-250 has about 1.3 pounds of CO2 for every mile that drives that it puts out. Then you drop down to the Honda Accord, drop all the way down to a Nissan Leaf down here. And then here's an LEV. We're way lower than Nissan Leaf. The reason is because we travel at low speeds. Our car's not designed to travel at high speeds, and so it has an efficient motor for low-speed transportation. And EVs are actually best in stop and go low-speed transportation. They're fantastic torque-wise to get going, which is why hybrids usually just are used to get the car going and then switch to gas. The societal costs. 35,000 roughly fatalities every year in cars in the U.S. 2.4 roughly million injuries. 4,700 pedestrians killed. 76,000 pedestrians injured. And then we have the societal cost of obesity because we all drive cars all the time. We used to walk everywhere. Now, if we never get out of our car, we're losing opportunities to exercise. So, and then there's the child with asthma, which is a big problem. Briefly, want to mention that most of the slam on EVs are the cost, the fact that you have short range, and the fact that it impacts the power of the grid. First of all, our low speed EVs are very affordable. If you want to buy one, they're around $10,000. If you want to do a car share, the dark side is much less than that. Range, our cars only go about 25 to 30 miles between charges, but you never drive them. If you're driving them in the core of the city, you never need to drive them more than about 3 or 4 miles at a time. And so we feel like we're going to put about 15 to 20 miles a day on the max, and we're going to charge overnight, and we don't think we're going to have a problem. Power grid impact. Assuming we recharge overnight primarily, the grid is not overtaxed at night. It's actually undertaxed in a way because we shut down power plants that we need during peaking hours in the day. And the constant turning on and off of power plants is inefficient. So, and actually EVs, if enough EVs are plugged in during the day, they can actually send power back to the grid to avoid surges and spikes. So that's pretty much it. We have a little slogan. We don't just talk about the cost of living, the economy, climate change, traffic congestion. We do something about it. And that's it for now. And I guess we're ready to turn it over to my phone. But we want to go look at the cars, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys want to test drive? Sure. Yeah. That's what they're here for an action test drive.
And our $30 is
Yeah.
Well, let's do it. They're just right downstairs.